What is happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sunday live show. Finally, it's back. No Europa League, obviously, and no Sunday games means back live finally to get all your opinions and get everyone involved in the show tonight. It is a call-in show. I will be coming to a section in the show just to answer your calls, all your messages, all the comments coming on as well. A little bit of a new setup as well. You may have noticed around, thanks to Football Fan Fever for helping me out, getting me a little bit of a sort of studio sort of look going on around. So it's just looking a little bit updated, maybe, just to change things up a little bit. But yeah, we're trying to adapt, we're trying to move up, we're trying to get better every time, and a lot that cannot be said, can it? Let's be honest about our club at the moment, because again, yesterday, another poor performance. We'll get into that in a minute. Everyone who's coming onto the show, everyone in the live comments, hello, welcome, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, first of all, I just want to go over something that happened last night outside of Wolves, outside the stadium. A few people have asked me, a few people have commented on my fan cam video, because I did mention it slightly then, but if you didn't watch Flex's fan cam video, his roundup video after the game last night, then you're not going to know exactly what happened. All it is, we have with the United stand, obviously you all know I do my fan cams with the United stand outside the stadium, outside of Molineux. We have two camera guys who hang around. They go to every single game. These guys work their asses off for the channel. They're there every single game, travelling across Europe, up and down the country every single week to bring everyone all the content on YouTube, on the channel. You may have noticed Aaron, who was with me, as you all know, yesterday, talking about it on social, on Twitter. What happened was Josh, our cameraman, who does all the filming, sets up all the videos, puts all the videos up online instantly, as quick as he can, every single game. Was just waiting. They wait outside the stadium for us. Was waiting about 10 minutes after, 10 minutes before the final whistle, just getting everything set up already, and a guy in a hoodie and a balaclava with no face, not showing any face but his eyes, came up, approached Josh, asking him what channel he was working for, getting right in his face, and literally just said to him, within about, a few centimetres, he said, he was right up to his face, what channel are you working for? He said the United stand. He got right up in his face and told Josh, United stand is going down. So Josh obviously confronted him. As he walked away, he pulled his hood down on the back of the guy who approached him to say, look, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? Josh obviously concerned, trying to find out, and obviously sticking up for himself. Didn't expect what happened next. The guy turned around and headbutted Josh straight in the nose. Luckily, the police were on scene to cart the guy away, the idiot. We don't know what's happened past that, because all we know was the police just carted him into a van. We don't know who he is, but he was a United fan. This has been threatened. We have had threats and stuff like this, but if it comes down to actually assaulting people, then it's, you heard, I just recommend you to go and listen to Flex's roundup video from last night, because he pretty much breaks it all down as it happened. It is an absolute disgrace. All we're doing is talking. And it's just opinions. It's opinions on the match. If you don't like it, don't blame us for what's going on the game, and definitely don't assault us. Come up, have a conversation. He said it all yesterday, Flex, in his show. He said, just come up, we'll talk to anyone. You know what I mean? We get loads of stick online. There's plenty of keyboard warriors, but if it's coming down to people assaulting, my 12-year-old lad Alfie was with me last night at the game as well. We don't need to see that. There were plenty of other kids around there. And for a guy to come up and blatantly assault, Josh couldn't see for about 5 minutes. He could not see. It's a good job there's two of them there. Miles was there with him as well, our other cameraman, who does a lot of work as well and works just as hard as Josh does. And you know what? If he wasn't there, God knows what would have happened. Luckily, the police were quite close by, which just shows you how brain dead these people are. You know what I mean? You'll get banned for life for stuff like that, because the police won't think twice about pulling the balaclava off and outing you and letting the whole world know what kind of an idiot you are and who you actually are. It's an absolute... I just don't understand these people. I don't understand what their issue is. And it just baffles me how they think they can just go up to anyone and just assault anyone who is related to the United stand or anything that we do or anyone. We've all had threats. We all get abuse online, but when it comes to real things like that, I mean, and like I said, people there were kids there, families there. Anything could have happened, and when there's that many people around, it can escalate very, very quickly and get very scary. And that, for me, was an absolute disgrace. We spoke to Josh last night. He was all right. He was laughing and joking about it. I spoke to him today. He is okay, thankfully, and he's just cracking on with it. It's not really going to affect him. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Josh is going to be there every single week, as is Miles, as is Flex, Rance, Saeed, Aaron, anyone, Ricky, all of us who do the fan cams. We do not care. I don't care what you say, what you do. It's not going to stop. But you're concerning me in the way that you are. How you can actually go around doing what you do, and how you think this is all okay. Then it's beyond me. I worry for you. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried for myself. And neither of us are. We're not scared. We're not scared at all about idiots like this. It's just, that's all I can describe them as, absolute cretins, idiots who think this is okay to do this. For what? What's the reason? There is none. If you asked them to their face, they could not even tell you why. That's how stupid and brain dead they are. They just want someone to blame for bad times, which it is at the moment. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's get into the main topics. Obviously, we're looking into January now, and we're looking at it in fear. A lot of United fans are all fearing the same. But let's crack on with the game last night. I will come into everyone's comments. I will obviously get to the phone-in section as well. People, please do get involved. Let me know what you think about anything that is going on at the club right now, because there is an awful lot going on. There is an awful lot going on. There really is. We'll get into every single subject that we can within the hour. Hopefully we can cover all and get as many people on as possible. So, let's start with the game yesterday, and let's go over what actually happened in the game. Okay, that's it. That's the game covered. I'm only joking. I'm joking, of course. But my God, it was a dull affair. I'm just glad it wasn't somewhere far out and miles down south, and we had to travel back having watched that crap. It was diabolical. Yeah, there are, and if you watch all the fan cams and everything that I said last night, there were some good points. There were some very good points from the game. Brandon Williams, again, keeps on coming up trumps, really, doesn't it? And you know what? We keep saying it. We keep saying it after every single game. The games that he's playing are not easy games. The difficult games always seems to be the away games. Has anyone noticed as well that he keeps thrown into? I mean, what is it with that? I mean, it's as simple. What does he have to do to get a chance in the Premier League? That's what I'm trying to get at. I mean, I can't understand why Ali's not playing him ahead of Shaw. I can't understand why he's not ahead of Ashley Young. I do understand certain games here and there. I do understand resting him. But let's be honest, he has proven in the games he has played he's our best left back. Simple as. The video, you've all seen the video on Twitter going around about the marauding run he made. But for Pereira, I think it was. I've tried not to look back at too much. I've just been that busy today. I don't even know what the scores are from today, let alone watching the game back. But, I mean, he busted up to try and get up that pitch there. And it's coming to a stage now where he must be scared. He must be scared that going forward, he's not going to get a ball and then he's going to be completely out of position and made to look like an idiot. Because our brain-dead midfielders, which they are, they're absolutely clueless, haven't got the vision to actually play or see a run like that going forward. You've all seen it. It's been all over social media, obviously the highlights as well last night. But Brandon Williams, I gave him my man of the match yesterday. I thought he was our standout player. I don't think there was anyone who came near him in terms of performance. And I thought fully deserves his shot in the team, and I think he should play against City on Tuesday. It's a shout, but I've not heard one United fan disagree with that. I think every single United fan wants him in that team against City. I mean, what has he done wrong? Someone tell me what he's had. A couple of shaky games, but I've Ashley Young and Luke Shaw, they've been pulling up trees. I mean, he has been better than both of them this season when he's played, and he's played a few games now. And again, like I said, they're not exactly the easy games. The other plus point, and I think it was I think it was a title on my fan cam actually, where I said that I think Romero probably deserves a shout ahead of De Gea now. I know it's bold, but have you seen Romero's stats? His stats don't lie. The guy keeps clean sheets. Yeah, you can, and I said it yesterday. I said it outside the stadium yesterday. That the teams that he's got his clean sheets against haven't been brilliant. They haven't been the biggest games. But look at the teams that we've conceded goals against in the Premier League this season. They've not been great teams. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? The Bournemouth, the West Ham, the Crystal Palace, the Newcastle, the Watford. You know what I mean? These are not games that De Gea's played in that are tough games on paper. So you can't really bring that into the argument on Romero saying, oh, it's Europa League, it's Carabao Cup, it's just an FA Cup game. You can't, because they're the same calibre of team. Let's be honest, they are about the same calibre of team. So why is Romero not coming in? Because I said it again last night, our whole back line looked a lot more solid with Romero behind them. There was a great comment, actually. I don't know if it's on Twitter or on one of my... it was a comment on YouTube, actually. Someone said if Pep Guardiola had Romero and De Gea at Manchester City, then he would have sacked De Gea off. He would have done what he did with Joe Hart, because Romero, he's better in his box. He comes out off the line. He can pay a bet. He's not brilliant at sweeper keeper, but he plays it better than De Gea does. And for the football and the whole solidifying the defence, Romero works better than De Gea. It's I think that is true. I really do. I looked at Maguire last night. He looks more confident again with Romero behind him. He knows he's talking all the time, Romero, and he does command his box. He's better in the air at coming for crosses, and he just looks like a bit more of a presence. And he looks confident. So for me, I think Romero and Williams both start against City. I really do, because I looked at Lindelof last night. Yeah, he still had his shaky moments, but he looked a bit better. He grew into the game because the communication along that back line was so much better. We were solid last night at the back. I thought Wolves were limited, and they had their best team out in the end. Not at the start, obviously, but they changed it, and in the end they went for it. And apart from the speculative shot from Jimenez that hit the post from a crazy angle, they really didn't create anything, and we were absolutely rock solid. Williams, he limited Adama Traore. Jimenez really didn't do anything apart from that I just said. And then what else came from them? A speculative shot from Neves, but we were absolutely rock solid at the back. So there's the positives, and that's where the positives end. Simple as that, because the rest of the team and the rest of the performance, we gave 4s and 5s across the board. I think it was pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. Stats don't lie. 0 shots on target. Say no more. That's the midfield and the attack for you. The attack is suffering because of the midfield. The creativity is just zero, non-existent whatsoever. And I fear it's going to come on and bring us into our transfer section pretty soon. But if there is anyone who wanted to comment on the game last night or anything that I've already spoke about, get on, let me know. Get onto Skype, call in, or just leave a message. I will call you back. That's probably the best way to do it, to be honest. I'm just going to flick through now. Let me see if anyone is actually on already. Not yet. So, a few people actually messaging me while I'm on it here. So, sorry, excuse me 1 minute. Let me just make sure that no one is trying to get through again. Oh, come on. Right, moving on. Anyway, we all know what that game was like last night. Absolute garbage going forward. I don't even need to go into more detail. We've seen it all season now. Rashford struggling, burnt out, bringing us onto the squad. No Martial ill apparently last night. No Lingard. Not really bothered about that. I said all Lingard's good for now is just a body to help someone, to give another player a rest. That is literally it. That is it. That's all Lingard is good for. He's an absolute disgrace of a player at the moment. He's just offered us absolutely zero. So going forward, we're struggling. We really are struggling, because we've got on average, I think it's every 4 days we have a game in January, which now we've added 2 with a replay. It has to be played in January. So like, we didn't have enough going on already, and in terms of huge games, we could easily be out of the Carabao and the FA Cup by the end of January, because we haven't got enough players. We do not have enough players. I mean, yeah, I know Wolves have got the Europa League coming up as well, but let's be honest, that doesn't start till February, and February has its own issues on its own already. It's January where we're actually struggling right now. It's diabolical, because the amount of games that we've got, 2 against City, 1 against Liverpool, the league games in between, and now the FA Cup replay, with the squad that's on its ass now, before we even get into them games, I'm fearing the worst. I just don't see our way through it. I really don't, because, like I said, 1 or 2 injuries and we're done. We're done for. Simple as that. We are absolutely on our feet, out on our feet, and there's no one else to come in. The squad is threadbare. Bringing us on to January, obviously, transfer window open. Is there any hope of any player coming in January for Manchester United? Honestly, I said no. I don't think there is. I really don't think there is a player coming in, or anyone coming in. I wouldn't get my hopes up about any speculation in the papers. I see a few comments coming up about Maddison again there. I mean, I laughed off that the Mirror story about us offering Lingard and 45 million for Maddison. I mean, we're laughing for the Leicester fans on that one, because that one is an absolute joke. How the Mirror think United or Leicester would even think that was enough for someone like Maddison is just crazy. Just clickbait, complete and utter clickbait. January is just going to go dry, I think. We need players. We need players bad. Ollie should be out there demanding at least 2 or 3 midfielders, but we know he's not going to. We're talking, if he goes out and gets a Longstaff like Zach, not Zach, sorry, in the comments there. Who was it who said it there? Someone's just put out Longstaff. Oh, 5 Alive there just said Longstaff. I mean, Longstaff, behave yourself. He can't even get into the Newcastle team. If that is Ollie's answer, then Ollie's done for. He really is. There's no hope for this club whatsoever if we're hoping, and all our hopes are resting on Sean Longstaff. Bruno Fernandes, where's that gone? Where's Bruno Fernandes gone? I mean, what's he been doing this season? I've not seen enough in Portugal to even know where he's up to. If we was going to get him, it was going to be in the summer, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was going to be in the summer and we didn't get him. I can't see us going back for him. I can't. I just cannot see us going back for him. There are targets out there that will help us right now. I know for a fact, and I'm not going to say who told me, I just know someone who knows a lot regarding the Spurs setup, that Eriksen has been approached by Manchester United. United have approached Spurs about Eriksen. The offer is on the table. I'm hearing that Tottenham are willing to do business, but Eriksen is the one that's holding out, and then that says everything. Eriksen not wanting to come to Manchester United. Can you blame him? Let's be honest. Can you blame him? He wants to hold out for his options, or you could say a massive sign-on fee because he's a free agent in the summer on his last big contract deal. You can't really begrudge him that. So maybe he does wait out until the summer. But right now, we need to do like we did pretty much with Sanchez and force the issue in January. He is one player that will help one of our issues, our creativity issues. He's affordable. He's realistic. He wants out of the club. He's got the perfect pedigree for Manchester United, the experience we need right now, promise and possible future or great players or that sort of category of players are just not good enough for United now. I know prospects, no, don't want prospects right now. We need ready-made. I can already see people coming in saying they don't want Eriksen in the club. It's not our player. For me, I do think Eriksen is the type of player that would suit United, but we're not going to know, are we, until it actually happens. Can Ole actually coach these players? Has he got the capabilities to make these players coming in fit into the system, the so-called system? It took us about half an hour to figure out what formation we were playing last night, so God knows what his plan is and what the process and philosophy, whatever you want to call it, is. But has he got the capabilities to go out and get a player and then make it work into a system that none of us know is actually there? It doesn't exist. There is no system. the freestyling comment, I used to just pass that off as just a bit of a joke sort of comment that some people were making. That you hear it all the time, but last night that was more evident than ever, because I've said it before that Greenwood is our best number 9, and he was nowhere near number 9 last night. He was just playing all the way across the front, coming into central mid, left back, right, but he was all over the place. And there was no one on that pitch disciplining him, telling him. It was just like, do what you want. Every player is doing whatever they want all over the pitch. There's no control. That is the problem. Wes, how you doing, mate? All right, I just seen you pop up there. Wes was the one who actually filled me in on some information about what we just talked about with Ericsson. So, yeah, giving all credit to Wes on that one. On his rounds, working for ADT. Yeah, say no more. I'll keep that one as it is there. But he has been approached, Ericsson. Whether you like it or not, I think he's the type of player that would actually come into United and make a massive, massive difference. I really do. But then the next issue is the other players. One is not good enough. One player, is not good enough. Not so much Ericsson. Ericsson is, I think, for us, better than everything that we've got. And we need a right-sided midfielder, attacking player. We need 2 minimum central midfielders, because we've got Pogba who doesn't want to play for the club, supposedly, according to his people. So, because he hasn't actually come out and said anything himself, then what are we to expect? But from what his people are saying, Ollie hasn't even got control of his players. It's all Pogba's people. How are Pogba's people telling a Man United manager that he's having to do this and that? I thought United were in control of their players. Obviously not. So, the confidence in our manager, I can understand with the fans. I really can. Like I said last night, it's all his fault that the squad is this threadbare. I'm not having any of that bollocks about Ed Woodward. I understand the issue with Ed Woodward about bringing players in, but since Ollie's been here in 3 windows now, this is his 3rd transfer window. Let's not forget, he has had time. He has got rid of 4 first-team players, or players that would have made a difference to our team in Herrera, Fellaini, Sanchez and Lukaku. As much as you dislike any of them 4 players, they were all first-team players. They were all getting a minimum 30 games a season, which in 2 key areas of our team, which we are massively struggling with at the moment. Forward line, Martial going out, we look toothless. Midfield, no Pogba, no McTominay, relying on Fred, we're relying on Matic and Pereira. Does not work. Ollie's let them 4 players go and not replaced one of them. So that's on Ollie. I don't care what anyone says. You can go on about Ed Woodward all you want. The issue with him is bringing players in and his bone idleness in that department. But with players going out, it's all down to Ollie being able to coach these players. He's obviously said, look, I can't coach these players, i.e. Sanchez. You can go into the egos and stuff like that. Can you control it? Which brings the question up again. Is Ollie got the capabilities to manage a big club like United, who are obviously going to have egos? They're going to have very, very confident players and players with massive, massive opinions. If you watch some of the soccer boxes, it's like what Wayne Rooney was talking about. Wayne Rooney came into Manchester United and he was verbal from the day one. And there were some big characters in there already. Who is controlling this club? Can Ollie control it, or has he lost control completely? I'd say 75% of the fan base right now are completely in Ollie out sort of bracket, because that's what I'm getting from being around all the games. I think I've only missed 1 game in the league this season. That is the vibe I'm getting. The fans have just absolutely had enough. The atmosphere is dying. I said it last night. Some of the songs that we're singing, they just don't relate to this United team. And it's not going to be long. We're getting labelled with it now by City fans that we're living in the past. We used to say this about Liverpool. It's getting to that stage now. It really is. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for us, the fans. And when you hear what Ollie comes out with at the end, there's no encouragement. And that's where I can see and understand all the people who have an issue with Ollie. Dry mouth. Carry on. Right. quickly, a few people talking about signings there. I'm just going to go into some of your comments. Let's just bring up Spandam. Hi Adam, did you hear what RVB said about Alex Ferguson saying to Scholes that if he doesn't find RVP then he won't be picked? Yeah, I mean, it's the whole issue with RVP at the moment. I've been outspoken. Ollie's obviously snaps at him as well. Who you want to side with in that debate is up to you, but you know where I lie with what Ollie says and his attitude in the press conferences, pre-match, post-match. It's not what I want to see in a United manager. It really isn't. I don't want to see him come out smiling. I know that's just his demeanour. It's how he is. He's the baby-faced assassin, all that stuff. It's just how he is. He can't help it, but he can't help what he says. The words that come out of his mouth is all him. He's the one who said that we're not far away when we got absolutely dicked by West Ham. He's the one who says this squad is good enough. This is easier when you've got players this good. And he's the one who's got rid of 4 players and not replaced them, thinking that the rest of this squad is good enough. If the rest of this squad isn't good enough and he got that wrong, then where do we lie? Is he good enough as a coach? It's his coaching attributes right now that are an issue. Some of his managerial stuff that he's done has been pretty good. We've not even talked about Chris Smalling. Apparently he now has agreed to sign permanently for Roma. That's what I heard. And it's for a stupid amount of money as well. I think there's been rumoured 15 million that Chris Smalling wants to sign on a permanent deal. Couldn't we have got more out of that? Seems always doing so well. I said last night to Aaron and Arcade last night, actually, when we were coming home from the game, 15 million for Smalling. That's probably going to pay for Jesse Lingard's new contract extension, which will come and will happen. And then, oh my God, can you imagine social media when that news breaks? Apparently, I heard the other day, I think it was Mark on United Stand saying the same thing. United have already agreed Lingard's new deal. It's just a case of I'm waiting for him to do something good to break the news so it doesn't upset the fan base. I mean, what a farce. If that's the truth, then that's an absolute joke. But you can see where it's coming from, where the club are coming from, because the fan base right now is baying for blood. It really is. It really is. Gangster Gaming, how you doing, mate? He was smiling, simpleton, after Arsenal. I take it you mean Ollie on that one, mate. Yeah, cheers for that, buddy. That smiling after the Arsenal game. Oh, I mean, loads of people picked up on that straight away. It's like it's just what you don't want to see, isn't it? After your team has just been so poor that you just don't want to see it. You don't want to see your manager laughing and joking with reporters, laughing things off like they're not there. I mean, I had a go when he laughed off the fact that he could be under pressure as United manager. If you're laughing that off, you're taking the piss. You are. There's no other way to say that. If you're laughing off that you could be sacked as Manchester United manager because you are underperforming so much, then you're a joke. You are. I'm not having that comment. I'm not having that comment at all. It's just ridiculous. And some of the other stuff that he's saying, he's just not helping his cause. He really isn't. He's not helping his cause. Anyway, first caller coming in. Let's just see what Spandam's got to say. Spandam's come back to me. Bear with us a second. Spandam, can you hear me, mate?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
How are you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I've been better, mate. Honestly, I've been better, but let me know, mate. First of all, you seen the game last night, mate. What did you think of that last night?
I just was only able to see the first half. I couldn't watch the second half. It was so boring. Honestly, I'm just getting more and more detached as the games go along.
Yeah, mate. There was honestly, mate. Talking about that, where you say you give up at half time. There's a guy who walked out at half time. He said, "I'm just going to go and get a drink. I'm going to the pub." The fans are just getting so frustrated with it now. They don't know where they're coming and going. And you're right, mate. You're probably not the only one to say that. I've just heard people say that it just isn't. They're not watching the games anymore. It's getting to that stage now. They can't be bothered watching United now because it's so boring to watch. How we get on TV, mate, I do not know. But I mean, in terms of Ollie now, mate, is there any way you can turn this around? You've seen what's coming in January. I think we're all fearing the worst. Is there any way you can turn this around? Is it all going to catch up with him this month?
The only thing I have a problem with is if you remember, I called in after the Man City game and I told you that I'm not getting carried away with this because we have won against the big teams before and have bottled it against the smaller teams. Same thing again. The saga continues. But the point is, when I told you about the RVP thing, it was like the midfielders were told that they need to do this, otherwise they won't be picked. But in our right now, people are getting rewarded for mediocre performances. Pereira had 2 assists, but he was dropped for the next game, and Lingard was chosen for the Arsenal game, who has no assists, no goals for a year in Premier League, which makes no logic to pick him up. So if Scholes was instructed that he will be dropped if he can't find RVP, then why can't you just tell the midfielders right now that they should find Rashford or Martial or Dan James when they make the runs? Because RVP counted 14 times Rashford made the run, but nobody found him.
Yeah, mate. No, I remember that being brought up actually. If RVP was seeing it, it's like I said, he's done like the 1-to-1 with Rashford. He spoke to Rashford, obviously. He knows him now. He's obviously spoke personally with him, and he could see as a striker what Rashford was trying to do. I've criticised Rashford for wasting energy before, but at the end of the day is now it's like Rashford's coming into the peak of his career now, and how long will it be before he starts getting deluded about what is going on? I mean, I was at Wes's house, my mate's house, who I just mentioned before. We watched the Rooney Soccer Box interview with Gary Neville and Wayne Rooney, and when Tevez and Ronaldo left the club and Wayne Rooney went straight to Ferguson's office and said, "What's going on? I want to know what's going on." The door was slammed in his face, and that's when Fergie obviously outed him. But he just wants to know exactly what's going on. What's the ambition of Manchester United? I mean, Spandam, can you see, before we finish the call, mate, can you see anyone coming in January, mate, at all? I mean, we need players badly, but can you honestly see this club actually making a signing in January?
If the Pogba and Scott thing stretches along and they see really bad results, they might do a panic buy at the end of the January. I don't see them having a plan and making a buy. I don't see that. They might panic buy at the end of January when they see that they've lost so many games because they don't have a midfield. Yeah, no.
Anyway, Spandam, thanks for coming on, buddy, again, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Enjoy. I've got plenty of games.
Enjoy your content.
Nice one. Cheers for that, buddy. Cheers. Where were you calling from again, Spandam, pal?
It's New York.
New York. That was the one I remember now. New York. Yeah, I'll give you a shout next time I'm there, mate, as well. But yeah, get on again, mate. Next time we're on, mate, you get on. Keep ringing in, mate. You do make some good points. Cheers, buddy. Yep.
Cheers.
See you soon, mate. Bye-bye. Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree with what he says there. I mean, it's like mediocrity being rewarded. I mean, how many times have we spoke about that this season? I mean, he's give Phil Jones a new contract. He doesn't even get in the team. I think it was last time we seen Phil Jones. It's like, what's the point? What's the point in giving him a contract if he's not going to play? I'm really beyond. I'm just going to get into a few of your comments now, but don't forget, obviously in the description below is how you can get on and have your say and call in. It's all on Skype. Just add me on the Skype with the details that are in the description below. Give me a call or send me a message. I'll call you back and we'll see what you've got to say. I'm guessing it's not of the positive note, but let's get into some of your comments are going out absolutely crazy at the moment. Let's pick some out here. Giorgio B, nobody gives Rashford the ball, as so on. So you just gone off the screen there. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I can see a few arguments actually within the comment section going through there. People debating and saying it's just this is what he's doing. This is dividing the fan base so much. Gangster Gaming super chat. Cheers, mate. Where's Paul? Where's the little ginger fella? Yeah, Paul. He's out of his family, mate, hiding, I think. He is. I messaged him before. He's not messaged me back yet. I think he's like everyone. He's fed up. Like Spandam said then, like the guy last night, they're just walking out. People can't watch United anymore. How we get on TV, it baffles me. It really does. I don't know how United get airtime right now because we're so dull to watch. We really, really are. It has been okay over the previous few weeks, but it's going down that road. The Arsenal game and then the Wolves game again. So poor. Ollie is such a PE teacher, it's funny. Toby, yeah, PE teacher, I've heard that said a few times actually. Jay Singh, Super Chat. Yes, Adam, hope you're good, mate. United were awful yesterday at the match with the Wolves fans whispering United songs. Haha, love our fans sang them. Yes, mate, I know. Was it you speaking to, I think it was talking to someone who got to the Wolves game for the first time, or to a game to watch United for the first time, sorry. But yeah, we were simply singing and probably out singing the Wolves fans because we had nothing else to do or cheer. It wasn't like we was being excited by the game itself. That's how bad it was. It was just a case of let's just entertain ourselves, which it is pretty much like every single week now. Yeah, like I said, then it has been alright and there has been some decent football, but we all know deep down as soon as we do get a couple of injuries, it's all going to go Pete Tong because the squad is just threadbare, it's just inept, there's no quality in it, and it's at that stage now, and that's where we are with this team, and that's why it's so desperate and why it's so disappointing. It really is. It's drab, innit? It really is. It's drab. Minor Rules, Super Chat. Cheers, mate. Hi, Adam. I am Ollie in, but the way we're playing, that change by the end of Jan. Happy New Year to you and your family, and good luck with the channel. Yeah, I think what you're saying there, it's good to see, actually, a fan that's come on is actually Ollie in. Even the Ollie in fans now, and there's a few of them there, and like he says there himself, we want to back the manager. It's not a case that we don't want him and we've got anything against him. We want him to do well. Everyone wants him to do well. But at the end of the day, what we're watching it's so poor that you've got to question tactics, management, coaching. Everything has to be questioned. It's natural for us to ask these questions. It's natural for fans to be wound up with the football we're watching, and then when we hear the answers that come out of Ole, then it's like he's not backing up what he's saying, and the people who are backing Ole are actually now going, I don't know, I really don't know. It's at that stage. That's where we're at now, because I think coming into springtime last season, we had a great start, but it was around the springtime last season it all started to go wrong, didn't it? And that's what it's got that feeling about it again. It really has. January's huge. I can't see us buying anyone, but still it's huge. You never know. Anything can happen. He's talked about 2 or 3 players coming in. Is that a load of crap? Is that just bull? Because if we go through the January transfer window and no one comes in, and that's 3 transfer windows, and it's 3 players come in. I seen a stat the other day actually was the last 4 transfer windows, United have bought in 7 players, and 2 of them you would class as first team players. That's the start, and you can imagine the players in there. I think Sanchez was in there, he was one, and Maguire was the other one as a first team player. Daniel James was never bought in for a first team player. I'm pretty certain that pretty much Daniel James is in United's thoughts was not going to be a first team player, but the rest of them, Darlow was in there, I think, once. I mean, you could say Wan-Bissaka was Wan-Bissaka's a first team player. We knew we needed a right back. Let's get into a few comments as they roll through, actually. Ollie is a yes man, no balls, no backbone, and no standards. Darren Henry. I've heard that before, Darren, mate. I really have. Have a shot. That's a great name again, that. Only reason my Ollie in is because nobody would do any different. Woodward needs to go. The Glazers need to sell the club. Woodward isn't going and the Glazers won't sell. That's an issue that you've got there. The fact that we've got a squad that is lacking in coaching that I can see is why there's a lot of Ollie out, because we don't know. There are teams that are worse than us on paper in the league, and you can tell exactly what the game plan is. With us, the main issue with Ollie, and it's the biggest issue with a lot of fans, is that when you're looking at the game, when you're looking at the pitch, there's nothing going on. You can't see the formation. You cannot see the system or what he's got. And that is the problem. That is the problem. Let me see who else is on here now. Debbie Elder. Adam, who would you actually rate at United? These are not United players. How we've gotten so low? Rating United players. You said it yourself there, Debbie. I mean, are the United players? This is the only United players because they've got what's the name? The United shirt on them. I don't think I can rate a United player. A United player at the moment, what is it? Even David De Gea, who I'd say was the Stonewall United player, he's now performing as poor as everyone else. Jay Singh, how can I call in, mate? Simple, mate. Scroll down to the description in this video. Look in the writing just under the social tags. There is an explanation of how to add me on Skype, and just add me on Skype there. Request a follow on there, then I will get back to you, or you can just call me straight off there. I will accept your friend request and just follow the instructions from there, mate. It's all on Skype. The description below. Just search up that email that is in this description below, people, if you do want to come on. It's agky2k@outlook.com. It's in there in the description below. Just scroll down. It's all there. Just add me on Skype on that email address. It will come straight up on my system here, and I can call you. You can call me, and we'll just get you on and let's see what you got to say. It'd be good to hear some more opinions on it, actually. It really would. Let's see. Alien Tenno, how you doing, mate? Not heard from you for a while. I know you have been throwing comments in, but they go through that quick, mate. I miss them sometimes. Aaron Rambazaka, Greenwood, Romero, Martial, Maguire, Williams, bin the rest. I think that was answering Debbie's question. It's going to be a lot that I'm not going to disagree with that, to be honest. But who would I put in there? I would still keep Rashford in that. I do think in the right team with the right players around him could be a real star at United. I do like Rashford. I do. I'm not like a lot of the social people who have their favourites. I won't hear a bad thing said about any of them. There are a few people like that who come online and speak. I'm not like that. I'm right down the line with everyone. Rashford is one of my favourite players, but when he plays bad, I'm still going to give him the same stick as someone who I'm not as keen on. That's just the way we are and the way I do it on this channel. Spandem, you're back on the comments again, mate. I like it. The biggest problem is Dimitri's Ollie have been... Oh, sorry, mate. You've just gone off the screen there, mate. Everything's just going that quick. I'm struggling to keep up with all the comments. Hi, Adam. Do you think we could offer 60 or 80 million plus Lingard for Maddison? Yeah, I wish, mate. I wish. I just don't see United getting any player now for more than 70, 80 million. Woodward will talk about it, but I just don't see it happening. Do not see it happening at all. Let's see if anyone else has come on. No, don't forget, people. Just get on. Get calling in. Another name that has been mentioned is Grealish. My mate Wes is on the comments there. What do you think of Grealish, people? Is he a player you would take at United? There's a split opinion on Grealish. I honestly don't mind Grealish at all. I think he's got a great attitude. Whether that's a great attitude to his bio club in Aston Villa, if he comes across to another club, a bigger club, will that change? I don't know. That's probably the only question that I've got, because he has carried Aston Villa this season. Would the step up be too much for him? To be honest, I think the only way he's going to get in that England team is if he comes to a bigger club and gets some more airtime. Unfortunate that is just the way it is, but it is. Rachel United, we beat City and lost to Watford. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense, Rachel, about this club at all. Decision making does not make any sense whatsoever. I can see the Grealish people coming in now straight away. It's going to split opinion. It really is. Grealish is one of them players that will be a 50-50. He's like Marmite. He really is. I like him. A lot of people don't. Grealish is better than Maddison, Toby says. Alien Tenno won't go near Grealish. Debbie's taking Grealish. Burner, Grealish, I have changed my mind about. he'd be a great signing. See, that's what's happened this season. The critics were out on Grealish because he was unproven, but his attitude this season and the way he's gone about it has changed a lot of people in favour of actually, you know what, Grealish is a good player and he would suit our club. Some United fans will say it's Grealish from Aston Villa. We shouldn't even be looking at that calibre of player. We should be looking bigger names. There are still United fans who think like that. Let's see what else we got. Scott Kelly, I hope we're smart and get him over Maddison, else he'll go to Leicester for chips. Yeah, and you know what? He'd work well there, wouldn't he? In the way that they play, Grealish would work well there. I love Grealish, Red Devil 20. We won't get Bruno. No, I don't think we will, mate. GGM MUFC for life. No, we would not get him. At least he cares and tries. Gangster Gaming, yeah, he does, mate. He does care. Who else have we got? Club is a joke, full stop, from top to bottom. Feel sorry for you, wasting your time, money, travelling to the games, Adam. All of United fans. I'm staying in Belfast. Thank you very much, Darren Henry. Yeah, mate. No, I think the best decision I made all season was staying at home with the family. To be honest, going on to Maddison again. I would still go for Maddison. I really rate Maddison. I think he would be a good player for United. Maddison, Grealish, Eriksen. Who's your favourite out of them three? There's a question. Really is. It's going to be I think more would go for Grealish. I do. I just think that's where people have just seen the attitude of someone like Grealish and the get down and get dirty attitude and still have that quality on the ball as well. Could Grealish play down that right hand side for United? There's a question as well. Could possibly. Fixtures now, people. I'm just going to get into them quickly. I'm just going to throw it out there to you. I'm just going to put the games that I can think of off the top of my head. I can't remember them all, but I think we've got Norwich in the league mixed in there with Liverpool in the league. I think they're the two league games that I can think off the top of my head. Basically, in the games we've got in January, can you see us winning any of them games? Are we going to be out of two competitions in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? And are we going to get anywhere in the league? Wouldn't you give Gomez more games, Adam? I think he's quality in him. Well, listening to what was said the other day about Gomez, and his brother was talked to by some people I know, that because he obviously is in the Manchester area, and apparently there's no rush from United to extend that contract. I would give him a chance, like we have given a chance to us, but there's something in him that Ollie really, really doesn't like. Otherwise, I think he would have got game time. Oh, he just cannot get past playing Lingard every single chance he gets in that number 10 role. It's disappointing, I know, but I think Gomez will be off in the summer for nothing. And we could get Pogba Part 2 all over again. That's just got that horrible vibe about it, which I don't like, but it's true and could easily happen. Let me see who else have we got on here. I see no difference in Jones and Harry. Oh, that's a shout, Stephen Sharrock. I mean, let me see. Jones and Harry Maguire? Come on. I can't see that, mate. Harry Maguire is a miles better player than Jones. He's surely... Right, let me just check on the people calling in. If there is anyone. Sorry, people, won't be a second. There's people saying that they are trying to add me. But why is it not connecting to people? Damn it. Yep. Bear with me a second. No, it's not actually happening at the moment for some reason. I'm trying to get people on, but I'm having a bit of technical issues with the call-ins at the moment, it seems. Just bear with me, I'm still trying on this one. If I cannot add you, or you're trying to add me, or trying to get on, then I apologise. I am having a few technical issues. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know why it's doing it, but yeah, some people. Right, I'll get on. If I can get onto it, I will. But Just bear with me on that one, people. I'm trying my best to figure that out and why it's going on while I'm trying to talk to everyone else online as well. Jones, please. I take it, Bernie, you were saying that in a sarcastic way. I hope you are, mate, because Jones is a nightmare. Jones is made of Weetabix, ruthless sausage. Yeah, Weetabix, yeah, he does. He crumbles, mate. He's like Cheshire cheese, isn't he, mate? He's scared to go in, scared every time he goes in for a tackle. One, for the stupid face that he pulls, and two, that he's just going to go down and be sat there on the bench costing us money for another 4 weeks while he just nurses his injury. The problem is, we want to sell him, don't we? I think Bernaldine says there, sell Jones. Who is going to buy him? That's the problem. Who is going to buy him? I'm trying to get on to these calls here. I do not know why this is happening. Just bear with me, everybody. I am trying to figure out why I'm not getting everyone's messages coming up. Bear with us. I'm just going to try log in and log out again. See if we can get some more people on commenting. So, bear with me 1 second. Let's just see if that works. Sorry, people. Right, anyway, more subjects. Let's get into it. Right, I know, Jay Singh, I am trying to get on there, mate. I'm trying to get you on. I'm trying my best. Anyway, next. Well, code. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, people. I am having a mare right now. Just trying to get this Skype up and running. Bear with me a second. Why can't I get you on? Why can't I get you on? Bear with me, bear with me. Right, anyway, let's get into a few more comments of people. Let's see what's going down. Let me see. Right, everyone again, if you are trying to get on through Skype, just keep hitting me up on there. I'm trying my best. For some reason, it's just playing hardball with me tonight. I'm being a pain in the ass. Anyway, let's get into it. Freddie Ferguson, I can go to my park and find better players. You must be talking about Jones there. Yeah, I think every guy in the park is playing better than Joe. We could all do better than Phil Jones. The guy is just an absolute... I don't think he's one of the worst defenders I've ever seen at Manchester United. I really do. He's just an absolute joke. Let's pay someone to take Jones, Alan says. Yep. Add him out. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know, mate. This disaster of a call-in show tonight. I don't know what is going on and why it's not working, but I'll get to the bottom of it anyway, even if we've got a few more Sunday night shows coming up anyway, so we'll be able to get more people on then. Anything else that we want to talk about right now? Anything else that I wanted to go through? And one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was Paul Pogba, obviously. I know it's a topic that not a lot of people want to actually go over, but it is what it is. Paul Pogba and his advisors, his team, supposedly. I mean, his team, Ollie's got no control of his players. That's another thing I want about. I mean, can you honestly see Paul Pogba playing for United again? Ollie has come out and said that Paul Pogba was definitely not going in January. 100% not going in January. So, what does that mean? Again, I said it last night on my fan cam. I said that Ollie's problem is he's resting his whole United career on a player that wants to leave the club. He clearly said in the summer that he wants to leave Manchester United, but Ollie is just resting everything on him. Absolutely everything on him. I'm just going to get Jay on here. Jay Singh now has actually managed to get on, hopefully. Bear with me 1 second. Jay, are you there, mate? Am I actually talking to you? Is it actually working? Are you there, Jay?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? You right?
How you doing, Jay? You okay, pal?
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Finally got you on, buddy. Finally got you on. Go on, mate. What have you got to say, mate? Go on, pal. Hit me with it.
I was going to ask you about January transfer window and if you think anyone will come in.
Honestly, mate, I said this. We've talked about it. I've seen the rumours. I don't even think the rumours are real. I don't see United signing anyone this this January. Even though we need, I think, 3 or 4 players minimum, and then another 3 or 4 in the summer. I just can't see United. Ed Woodward. It seems to take Ed Woodward about 6 weeks to actually sign a player,
minimum.
And we've got 4 weeks of January what to do it. So I just honestly can't see it, mate. There's plenty of players who I think United should go for. I mean, is there any that you would ideally like at the club you want to go in for?
I think if we're like serious, we should go for Grealish or Eriksen. I think they're obtainable, aren't they?
Yeah, I think in that creative midfield role and the engine that Grealish has got, I mean, most of the people, I think the majority of people in the comments on the show tonight have gone, they would take Grealish. There's a few obviously still out there, do a bit uneven, but he does bring a lot to the team, or would bring a lot to the team. He's carried Villa pretty much all season for me. I mean, Eriksen, he's cheap, he wants to leave, but I think he's waiting till the summer, mate, to get his big payday for his last contract. And
we just need options in there, don't we? Because
we don't have any.
Pereira, Mata, Lingard, they're all rubbish, man.
Yeah, mate, we've seen the performance yesterday. I mean, I brought it up about Matic yesterday. I mean, he played all right against Burnley, but we knew straight away that was a game that would have suited him. But as soon as you come up against Arsenal, Wolves, better technical teams, he starts to struggle, and it's happened again. And he can't go in January now, even though he wanted to, because we've got no one else left, which is another worry and why I don't actually think.
How long's McTominay out for? Like a month?
2 months I've heard that he's out for.
2 months?
Yeah, I know, mate. That's right into March time now that we're going to see him. He's saying Pogba's going to be a few weeks for Ole. Then that usually turns out to be like another 2 months. We could be having our 2 best central midfielders missing for 2 more months and a January window passing us by. And that's the worry. That's why I don't think United will.
What do you reckon with the manager? Do you think he's the right guy or?
Right now he worries me, mate. I don't see him taking us forward into a stage where we're going to win trophies with Ole. I don't. And by trophies I mean... by trophies I don't actually mean like the Premier League and the Champions League. Anyone can win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. It just depends on the draw. We could get an easy draw going through like Mourinho did in the Europa League. It's just what it is. I mean, it all depends on the draw. We were unlucky with the FA Cup last year. We got away game after away game, but I'm not even classing them as the trophies that we really want to be looking at. But right now, would that give the players a boost if we did go and win like a Carabao Cup? Honestly, mate, I don't see it working with Ole as much as I want it to. And right now, I just think we need. Who would you
go for then?
For me, if Ole went, I would go all in for Poch. And people would say that Poch isn't a winner either. But at the end of the day, I don't think this squad is winning mentality and is winning quality at the moment. We need a coach who can make them better. Maybe Poch is another stepping stone. That's how far behind we are. But I just think we'll get more out of him. Ole has shown signs where he has got qualities.
Poch would definitely get us back in the top 4. Definitely.
I think that's our next target. They're saying that that's a minimum target for United. But right now, we're a million miles away from that as well.
Chelsea, Leicester, they're all doing all right, are they?
That's it, mate.
And Arsenal got a new coach as well, so...
Oh, God,
Arsenal got a new coach. It could turn out good for him as well.
I know, I don't even want to talk about Arsenal. If they start getting ahead of us, then I do give up. I really do, because they are a piss-poor team, and now they beat us the other night is what's giving me zero confidence. Just before you go, Jay, mate, give us a prediction. Give me a place where we're going to finish this season in the table, mate. What you seeing?
For the end of the season?
Yeah, where do you think we're going to finish by the end, mate?
5th or 6th. I don't see us making top 4.
5th or 6th? No, mate. I don't I think that's probably the best we can get, mate. I really do, mate. Anyway, Jake, thanks for coming on, mate. Where you calling from? It sounds like you got a bit of a Brummie accent going there. A few people have commented there in the comments about it as well.
Wolverhampton, man.
Wolverhampton. Funny enough, Wolves after all that, mate. After last night as well, mate. Well, thanks for coming on, Jay, mate.
I was down the game yesterday, mate. I was messaging you on Twitter. I was sitting with the Wolves fans.
I thought it was you, mate. I knew it would be you. I had a feeling that it was. Nice one, mate. Thanks for coming on, Jay. Anyway, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one.
Thanks.
See you later, mate. Bye bye.
See you later.
Well, Jay there actually lives in Wolves. God, I know. Imagine being a United fan living in Wolves. Look at them. I just seen in the comments there. I just posed the question to Jay there, and everyone else has put their comments on where they think we'll finish in the season. 10th, 8th, 10th, 9th, 5th or 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th. We're not even getting Europa League football according to everyone in the comment section, which is absolutely crazy. But that's how people feel right now. That's where we're actually at. As bad as it sounds, that's a reality right now. That could easily happen. Anyway, people, I'm going to finish the video up there. We've just hit the hour mark. Thank you for everyone coming on. I'm going to iron out a few things in terms of the call-in and get it all sorted. There are going to be more guests coming on as well. I am going to get a few more of the United standards on the show, whether it be live with me or on a Skype call as well. There's a few on there who I really want to get their opinions on, which would just add to the intrigue. I think you all know who I mean by them as well. So anyway, people, everyone who's super chatted, callers, everyone who's commented in the comment section as well, and actually just tuned in and got behind the channel as you always do. It's not easy times for United at the moment. It really, really isn't. It's tough to see how we can turn it around, but we all hope. What was it people were saying last night? We are Hope FC. Hope FC. Oh, that's disastrous. Hope FC. Oh, God, if that's all we've got, then we are in trouble. But just seen then, all the people, yeah, I'm seeing people who are guessing who I'm actually going to be getting on. I am going to be getting who you actually are thinking of and some more. It's going to be fun, but is it going to be positive? That's the interesting thing. That's what we all want to know. We have got one hell of a month coming up. One hell of a month. And, yeah. Burnett, I will be there on Tuesday, mate, doing the fan cams. Come and say hello. Anyone who is at the game or is brave enough to go and watch us play City, come and say hello outside the fan cams. I will be there with Alfair. Our kid will be there also. And hopefully celebrating some sort of a deficit going into the second leg. It is disappointing. It is. Thanks for tuning in, people. Anyway, take it easy. I hope you have a good start to the week. And United hasn't ruined it too much. Well, we could ruin it even more if this week's fixtures don't go very well. But we never know. We never know. Andre, not Giants. Yeah, mate. I am working on that one as well before I go. Anyway, he will be on sooner or later. It should be fun. Anyway, people, take it easy. Have a good week. I will see you on Tuesday. Don't forget to tune in to the Fans View video. I may be doing something before that, but time is short right now. The games are coming thick and fast. I'm just popping out videos wherever I can right now. But thanks for the people who commented, super chats, callers, everyone who tuned in. I will see you on Tuesday. Take it easy, people. Bye-bye.